given their quality, I don't think there's ever going to be a good time to play Manchester City. Some people will say, well, they're not firing on all cylinders yet. The season's just started, so it's early days. There's not too much on the game. There's no pressure mounted and so on and so forth. Others will say, if we don't start racking up the points quickly, we can fall behind so fast that we won't be able to keep up and get anything back. And I'm sure Manchester City fans will be thinking, this is a nailed on 3 points, no one can beat them, no one's going to stop them, they're going to romp home to another Premier League title and try to win all 4 competitions this year. All the pundits are already saying it's only ever going to be Man City or Liverpool at a real push. So, nothing to play for in, really, is there? Do we really need to be bothered? Shall we even turn up? I don't know. Hold on a minute. Didn't we get past them to get to the Champions League semi-finals? Yes, Lee, we did. All right, okay. So it's going to be tough. Let's make no mistake about it. Manchester City are the team to beat. They are a fantastic team with a fantastic squad, with one of the best coaches in the world. So we're going to have to battle. We're going to have to play really well to get anything out of the game. And I think most of us would say before the game, would you take a draw? Every one of us would say, yeah, I think that would be great for us, a draw against Man City. But at the same time, we've still got to support our own team, right? And we've still got to believe in our own team's abilities. Because if we don't, what's the point? So I think we should go up there and we should play our game. I think we need to ensure we do a high press and keep pushing. And we know that City are going to go for it, right? So they're going to come at us. They're not going to play a defensive game. So if they're not going to play a defensive game, will that help us? Because we saw against Aston Villa that teams that put 2 banks of 4 in front of us and keep forcing us left and right and give us loads of possession but without any penetration, we struggle against. So maybe, just maybe, it could work in our favour that City are going to go all out and try and win the game. Because I think they're going to try and break every record that they can ever break, you know. So I've just got a good feeling. So I can't see Poch changing too much in the squad and in the team to play at the weekend. We had a fairly strong team out on Saturday against Villa. So I don't see that there's going to be an awful lot of changes personally. I think Jan Vertonghen comes back into the centre of defence alongside Toby. I think that's as strong as it can be in there. I think Danny Rose played really well at the weekend. Okay, he did have a couple of shaky moments, but he's still our strongest left back in the team. So for me, those 3 are definite. Kyle Walker-Peters, I think, did enough against Villa to expect to be in the team, with Aurier coming back from injury. This will be a bigger test for him, for sure. But he is a player who likes to go forward, and I think he may get a little bit more space from time to time. That he's definitely going to get pushed back, and they may even target him, I don't know. But for me, I think, you know, he's a young guy, he's got a good touch, he's got good confidence. So I think he's going to be up for it, and I think he did enough to deserve an opportunity to prove himself. Bear in mind, the kid played against Barcelona and done all right for the majority of that game. So I don't think he'll be fazed by it. Eriksen again has to come back into the team. I think we saw enough on Saturday to know that when he's playing to his strengths and he's playing with his head in the game, he can be a game changer. Straight away he made a big difference, and I think, you know, it would be difficult to deny that. I think Sissoko and Dembele and Winks together didn't really work in the formation that he put together. I felt they were all too close together and they were all a little bit too defensive minded. So unfortunately, I think as much as I love him, Harry Winks would probably be my guy that goes out of the team, only because he looked like he got a bit of a knock, number one, and also because I think Sissoko in the centre is such a good option. He played so well last season, and he's a big frightening guy, right? So when their players are running at him, he's the guy that's going to break it up. He's the guy that's going to stop that attack in front of defence, and he can push forward and he can make that forward pass. Put next to him Ndombele, and you've got quite a formidable force in the centre there, with someone like Eriksen who's happy to take the ball and make the passes. Because let's face it, his strengths are not in his tackling. His strengths are not in his challenging at all. So having two guys in there that are prepared to do that, one a bit more defensive, one a little bit more attacking, that kind of adds a bit of balance for me. Obviously Harry's going to be up front. We've got no Sonny, so Dele's injured as well, so we continue with Lucas, who I didn't think did too badly, but he needs a bit of space. It was all too congested for him on Saturday, where he was kind of running across lines rather than running beyond them. So hopefully with the space that City might give us a bit more from him. And Lamela as well on the other side, who I think, still has a lot to prove, I think, overall for the team. I think there's still a lot of people that would like to see more from him. And if they can see more from him, then so much the better. Because I think he's clearly got it. He's clearly got ability to give us. Bear in mind, it was him that tackled Grealish in the lead up to one of Harry's goals. So, I'm not sure that there's anybody else that we can play in that position who's going to do as well as him at this moment. I don't know too much about Lo Celso as to whether he could come into the team or not, or whether he's still a little bit away from playing. And they may want to introduce him slowly, because that's what Poch does. So, as I say, difficult game. But we've got some really good attacking players in that squad, and I think with City going against us, they're going to want to attack. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives us a little bit of opportunity to come forward, and with a strong defensive back four, I think we can soak it up and hopefully do what Villa did and catch them on the counter and set ourselves up. I think the first goal could be crucial, depending on how the teams react. But I just got this feeling it's going to be one of those heart-pounding games. For me, it's going to be a 3-2, and I'm hoping for us. But obviously, with Man City, it could easily be for them. But I'm going to keep the faith, right? Tottenham's my team. I believe in them. I'm going 3-2 for Spurs, and we'll see if I'm right come Saturday night. Up the Spurs.